welcome to Simple B. It's your boy P. You know what it is. Now hit the subscribe button. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So, where will we start today? Shit, man. Yo, it's been a long 48 hours. I slept. But y'all know what time it is. So, we gonna get right to it. Doesn't matter. So, we're gonna start off with. I don't know if I will start off with a game of the week. Let's start off with the game that I just watched. Real Madrid versus the Olympiacos. Yes, yeah, everybody played the game too from yesterday, as some of y'all probably know. And yeah, and yo, the game two looked like game two sometimes. I don't know if y'all watched the Mind the Game podcast with LeBron and Steve Nash. Like LeBron mentioned, he just mentioned that a game two sometimes might be one of the hardest games you will ever play. And because you lost game one, everything y'all prepared for game one, blah blah blah, and then when y'all lose game one, you see the coach is gonna be mad as hell because you didn't execute this and that and da blah blah blah. So now you really got to show that you're ready, that you are a playoff team, that y'all really want. So y'all will give everything for a game two, and it's character for sure. So when we start off, I'm not gonna keep the intro too long because I'm gonna speak about every game that all these game twos basically. So we starting off with this Olympiacos Real Madrid. You see Real Madrid at the end of the day, they Real Madrid. If you know something about the history, soccer, basketball, they're heavyweights. They got class. They're not gonna go out like, I don't know. Like, they're gonna show you who they are. That's exactly what they did this game too. Because listen, Olympiacos been balling this year. Basically, it's everything like the Olympiacos year right now, at least at the moment. And that's exactly how they started. Like Olympiacos, no, Real Madrid strong. Like they really, you see, the first game was almost, I don't know, I remember exactly the score, but it was a blowout game, like blowout win. They were dominated that game from the start. You can tell Olympiacos had that rest, blah, 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 all this shit, just preparing for game one. And that's exactly how they beat them in game one. But game two, Real Madrid, now they're staying in your town for a couple of days. You see, now they're comfortable. Now they got the legs under them, blah, 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 because they were in the playing and they lost to Paris. So they had to play another playing game versus Bayern Munich. But this game, Real Madrid came off fresh and showed exactly the club they are. Like, they came out basically taking a commanding lead in the beginning. I think they were up 10. Like, yeah, they were up. Like, they kind of had like a 10-point lead for most part of the first half. Like, everybody was playing well. I'm not gonna single out any player like that because I felt like it was just a group effort. Like, everybody was balling that first half. Campazzo was under control. Like, he was controlling the pace, controlling the game. And of course, you see, I mentioned that last video. Real needed to go deeper into their roster. They got, and now you saw the Musa, some guy that all of a sudden, like, he was out there looking big. And they went to Feliz a lot earlier. I don't know how he normally looks when they're over in Spain playing, but Feliz has been, to be honest, every game I watched him play, he been phenomenal. Like, he's playing some nice full court. Like, he's out there dog fighting, like full court press every single time, and he actually gets steals. And I think he had like 3 steals or something the first half. Like, he was messing everything up for Olympiacos. And so they were up 10 most of the first half. But of course, this is Olympiacos we're talking about. They stormed back. They're gonna storm back. Like, they had a 12-4, something like that, and they took the lead actually right before halftime. But this halftime kind of belonged to Real Madrid. But of course, Olympiacos finished off like the club they are. So they always Olympiacos always showing you who they are at the end of the day. So and yeah, third quarter, second half, kind of the same. It was a tight quarter. Like Olympiacos played well, Real Madrid played well. I still think Olympiacos won the quarter with a few points, maybe. Like yeah, I think it was like 1963 points. See, so exactly. So they beat them by 3 points, but it was a close quarter. Fournier was struggling basically the first half, and he got going second half. Like this third quarter, he really got going. Then got like 10 points. You see 10 points in the quarter, especially in the Euroleague game. So he was. You see, they have this little thing. Sometimes they give out the player of the quarter, something like that. But it's not. It doesn't feel like they're doing that on every quarter. But it does. At least I saw in the third quarter that shit popped up, and Fournier was the best player for the third quarter. So Olympiacos went to the fourth quarter with a 3 point lead, 57-54, and they kind of pushed it up to like seven. They kept it around 7, 9, basically for most of the quarter. My bad. But Hezonia, this Real Madrid got to figure out something because he's out there doing everything right now. He's doing everything from he out there looking. He's their little rest in peace, my nigga Kobe. He's out there like Kobe, uh, just jacking up shots them alive. Sergio Luilio, whatever his name is, like yo, he had a nice game one. And I thought that would carry over to game two. Maybe they just decided we're not gonna let him shoot because he did everything in game one. So yeah, I feel bad for him because I thought actually after game one he's gonna have a nice game too, but it is game plan, blah blah blah. They adjust real quick. But Olympiacos, yo, they they're number one seed for a reason. I can tell you that much. The way they're playing, their pace, like they look so under control. Soon as they start slacking a little bit, they're gonna pick it up. One time out, they're gonna pick it up right away. They always respond, and that's exactly how they play this game. And Real Madrid came back all the way to 3 points actually when it was 1 minute left, something 1:40, something like that in the fourth quarter. Olympiacos took a timeout. Right after the timeout, bam, they hit a three. See, and then they hit another three. Campa, huge turnover. Like it's not typically him, and you can tell the way he was mad at himself. He really got that. Like he was mad at turnovers, and that kind of because now they hit 1 3, you turn over, and then they hit another three, bam, the game is over because there's small room for error, and the rule, well, the chance. As soon as you have a chance, you have to take it. If you don't take it, they're gonna respond because all these clubs are so good. The basketball is so elite, like it's crazy, and yeah, that's how they lost the game actually, and I felt like Real kind of dropped this one because they had a nice demanding lead first half. Then you all let them come back and take the lead like at the end of the second quarter when you've been up 10 points basically the whole way. Because wasn't playing that well. Like, they were mixing up the rotations and all that. But I don't know. It seems like they got a deep roster. Like they can just go to some lineups. All of a sudden, everything started clicking. They're rolling again. And yes, you know what? Shout out to Olympiacos for actually winning this one at home, defending home court. Real, yeah, you have to. I mean, there is there's a do or die right now at game three. So y'all really have to win that game, or otherwise the season is over. And even if you win, it's like Olympiacos look good, man. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm just every game I watch been at their home court too. So I don't know how they look on the road, but they look really good at home court in their home court right now. So they're looking like a number one seed for sure. I can tell you that much. Like I didn't watch the whole regular season, but since I started watching them, every game they play, they dominate the same way. So yeah, shout out to them. Fournier still doing his thing. I'm happy for him. Shit, let's see if he go back to the league. I don't think he should go back to the league. The way they love him over there, you can tell with the way they received it when he got to the team before. And when he got off the airport, the shit was crazy. He already started celebrating when he came to the team. And so far, he haven't disappointed, which is really nice. And I'm happy. So, yeah, and then let's go to the game, man. Listen, before we talk about the Barcelona game that was played today, let's go to the game of the games. Efes, Anadolu Efes, Istanbul versus Panathinaikos. Listen, Panathinaikos came back from a 50-point. They had a 50-point comeback, 12-point comeback last game, game one, on their home court. So Efes kind of been in control. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Efes, Efes is a really nice team, man. It feels like they got a great mix. They got a great mix of everything on that roster, man. Like now, I'm all of a sudden gonna sound like a fucking FS fan, but that's the truth. I watched them for 3, 4 games now, and they lost game one, but I don't understand how they lost that game, man. I know that dude from Panathinaikos, Hernan Gomez, some Yanko, yeah, Hernan Gomez. He got yeah, he had the game of his life, basically double double 20-point game, something like that. So he was a huge part of the comeback, and that's how they came back and won the game because Kendrick Nunn wasn't balling game one. I can tell you that much. But he just got the MVP, so for sure, the whole MVP thing when you get it's a little weird. You kind of have to let that shit marinate, cook it, really get into you to the point you always forget. You almost forget that you got the MVP. They ain't gonna get going, and that's exactly how Kendrick Nunn been looking. So, but yeah, so just the Panathinaikos, like the first half was all them. Like they came on. Like this game was, nah, you know what? This game was a nice game. I think the game started off with Panathinaikos started with a 9-0 run right away. Uh, Jaren Grant had like 2 threes, bam. I was like, okay, yeah, because Jaren Grant, you can tell more and more comfortable here in Europe. And then FS get a timeout. They respond with their own 10-0 run. I was like, okay, what the hell we got going on? And then Panathinaikos kind of from there. But see, every timeout, these teams really respond, man. That's what's super exciting with these games. And Panathinaikos took control. Like they had a little smooth lead. They were up. I don't remember exactly what I said. Let's say around between 6 to 10 points most of the time. But you can see Efes is just out. They're just playing. Like they grinding, grinding, grinding. Sadie Osman kind of came out. I'm happy for him. And this big guy Omar, I forget his name, man. Omar something, something, man. He had Omar. My bad, guys. You're 7, yeah. Omar, you're 7. Big guy. Yeah, he had a really nice game, to be honest. Like he was playing. Konstantis Mitoglu played good. Like Panathinaikos had a nice game. I think Slukas, he kind of picked it up from since Kendrick Nunn been struggling. You can see that they kind of realize like you know what, he's not there yet. He's not here mentally, so they kind of just right away figure out, you know what, let's just roll with Slukas. And Slukas be balling. He be looking good. Like I think he had a little 9 points, 4 assists, something like that. But he's out there. You feeling his presence, balls when he's playing. Like he's played. I felt like he played really well, to be honest. And then, like I mentioned, Shady Osman had a nice game. Maybe it could shot it a little more, something like that. I'm not sure, but he had a nice game. But then all of a sudden, you see, Anadolu was down 15 with few minutes left. Then they start storming back. Like I'm surprised they went down that much. Like Anadolu Efes looked to me, games that I've been watching so far, every team I feel like they look like the best team out there. Or the most I don't know, can I say put together the best put together team, like from position to position, the fit. everything looks easier. Maybe Paul is because the big guy, Vincent Poirier, like his presence is wow. Yeah, when he out there, man, you can tell he out there. Like he's not messing around. He's dunking everything. But you see, that's all he be doing. Like he gonna give you that strong inside presence. Then they got this his big guy. It's even bigger. So Daniel Otoro, like he came in there looking like I don't know if I'm gonna say like a young Stoudemire for for a little 4 minute stretch there. Like y'all remember Amari Stoudemire shit, the way he was dunking that shit, like you can tell that was that stat right there. Like he came out there looking like a young Stoudemire, and I felt like that kind of changed the whole swagger for them. Like when he came out, the way he came out dunking that shit, like it wasn't one dunk. That's why I was saying that. Like he came out dunking on niggas like crazy. So shit like you see plays like that gives a team a whole nother confidence. You see when you dunking on, you see dunking is kind of getting when you look at NBA, you kind of get lost. You see, and shout out to Steph Curry, lost, and but as a player, man to man, you know what a dunk means. Even if you don't get dunked on, just if your team get dunked on, it's like a little manly presence, the little alpha thing. Like when you dunk on a team, or when you're like you gonna feel it. Like you can be down 20. If you just get a nice dunk, when we're talking 5-on-5 sequence, you're by yourself, get a little steal, and then you just go by yourself and dunk it. It's not the same, but it's like when you, let's say, a pick and roll, bam, he hit the little dime pass, boof. You see, that's a whole nother boost for a team. And I honestly felt like when he was getting those dunks, everything just changed for them. Their whole swagger changed. So, and Poirier is even better than him, and that's why I was like, so I felt like Poirier didn't get going like he usually starts every game. So that's what was nice. So Poirier had to get up from there because you knew that he's a big backup big. He's not gonna be in there for too long. And when Poirier got back in the game, he let him. He's the starting center. Then he was out there dunking, bang, bang, bang. And then Perry Dozier, something, yo, that nigga, solid player, man. He had a solid game. I think he had around 16 or something like that, but he kind of struggled a little bit in game one. I felt like that was one of the reasons they lost, to be honest. I don't even know him as a player like that, but I can tell when I watch the game. And Elijah Bryant, he was struggling this game, but he hit a nice three. See, while Daniel Otoro was dunking on niggas like that, Elijah Bryant was struggling the whole game. But, he had a move. He's super shifty, something ISO step back swish from the deep. And the way he hit that 3 too. Like they had a lot of confident plays a lot of plays, my bad, that gave them little sparks here and there. Little sparks here and there. So those little sparks eventually developed to the comeback. And that's all it took. Like you just gotta grind, keep grinding because they definitely didn't look. They look like a. I think they're a better team, man. For me, they look like a better team for sure. Shout out to Kendrick Nunn. Listen, my nigga, you got the MVP. Good for you. I'm happy that you got the MVP out of you. Needed that just for yourself, mental health, all that. Especially, I know he been through some huge setbacks that I don't think he kind of saw coming his way, and I really don't think he deserved it. I really don't think the way his NBA career started, that he's guys that should be out of the league. But at least he left the league the right time, and he's doing fine. Bio, Efes look like him. And Shane Larkin, he been in the league too. And he let him know, like, yo, my nigga been in the league too. He straight up took over. Like he just took over. He was like, you know what, I've been a point guard for for a long time now. I'll be point guarding this whole game now. Let me just get into my bag. That's exactly what he did. He started hitting. He was hitting everything, attacking, and they got close to the game. Like they were getting the timely stops. Like this was a real playoff classic win. Like comeback, that's gonna. Yeah, this I don't know. I think this game is gonna go down in the history books. If they win the whole thing, oh my god, then it's gonna be even definitely going into the history books. So yeah, this was a nice game, man. I'm telling you, this was a really nice game. I'm happy for Efes that they actually got this win. See, Efes dropped. They really dropped game one. And when you drop a game like that, it's hard to bounce back. That might mess up the whole series. And that's exactly how they look, but they kind of flipped it. They flipped the switch after a while mentally and they took it. They came over with a huddle or the hump, if you can put it that way, and won this game. Now going back to Istanbul to their home court, I think Panathinaikos is in trouble. I really believe Panathinaikos is in trouble, man. So shit. Panathinaikos, Kendrick Nunn haven't played good at all. So and I get going. He need to get going. I think right now he need to get going. You may afford one more game, but Lucas is not gonna give you those 35 right now. And I think Panathinaikos kind of need that 30-point game from Kendrick Nunn right now. So, and he knows it too. Everybody kind of knows it. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he responds, man. Shane Larkin, yo, like you see, like I spoke, like I talked about when I said or mentioned, my bad. One of the best put together team, great fit. You see, when they were down two, everybody knew. When you look at the roster, you wouldn't think that everybody fell to the right guy at the right moment when they need to, and they did that. And when they were down two, they just let Larkin get it, and he worked from there. He had a nice hesitation on the left, layup, super shifty. And then the possession after, it really showed even more that they're really in sync. He trying to get something. He used the pick and roll with Poirier. He didn't have anything. He passed him to him. And Poirier, you can tell automatically he wasn't some robotic shit. He knew he had to give that ball back. And he just did a great handoff action where just caught it and shot it. No dribble, nothing. Going to your right. And he just went through the handoff, caught it, and shot it. Bam, went up three. When he took that shot, I was like, oh, he made it though. He made it though, y'all. So that says a lot. That I felt like the way Poirier just handed off the ball to him at the moment, he could do anything else, and it would make sense. But he did that. That shows a lot about the team. Shout out to Efes, man. I ain't go listen. I'll be fucking with Paris for a minute, but yo, these niggas right here, man. Efes looking amazing right now. To me, if they beat Panathinaikos, I can see that that's the only team that might beat that can win the whole thing. The way they're rolling, they look like they can win the whole thing. Always looking super nice, which we're gonna jump into right away now. Monaco, Barcelona. Barcelona started off strong. Jabari Parker, yeah, he came out aggressive. He got a dunk, like you can tell the shit looked aggressive, the way he dunked it. And I mentioned in the last video, I kind of hope that they will go deeper to the roster, which they did. Brina's got some playing time. Saturnowski got going earlier. I think he started, maybe, but yeah, he started. Like he got going earlier. And yes, they were basically they stayed in the game, but Monaco and like because Barcelona was up, they were up in the beginning. They hit some nice threes, blah blah blah. But some dude Diallo, I don't remember his first name, but yeah, he came out straight up Alpha Diallo, yeah, he came out. He was carrying them the first quarter. I think they scored. They ended up with 26, but for a minute, I think until it was like 3 minutes left of the first quarter, they had 16 points. Barcelona had 19. No, I think Barcelona had 14 or something. They were so Monaco was up 16, 14, and Alpha Diallo had 14 out of those points. So he kind of outscored Barcelona by himself, which is shit, really crazy. And but yeah, he did that, and they kind of took control from there. To be honest, they took control. Barcelona was they found a way to hang around, but it just this supposed to be like a 4 or 5 seed thing, but they just look they don't look like they look outmatched. To be honest, it feels like Monaco because now they still got Mike James and all that. Like they got so many weapons they can throw at them when shit hits the fan, and it doesn't right now. It doesn't look like they even have to do it. So Jabari is doing his thing, but his boys, man, there's Dustin, Anderson, all y'all niggas there, y'all look tough as hell, but y'all niggas ain't balling. Y'all niggas ain't balling like you're supposed to, man. Yeah, because I believe that shit the game should be closing, man. Like, but right now Monaco really look like a better team. But see, that's the thing. But Barcelona, they kind of went deeper to the roster, and I think they should stick with the rotations a little bit because yeah, right now y'all can't afford to lose. So let's see how y'all. Let's see how the let's see how the game plan is for game three. Because right now, to be honest, I feel like Monaco is just a better team. Like I understand why they're the better team, but they still. Shout out to the big guy in Monaco, Mom JT, something like that. Like he was just out there, big presence. Think he had probably the best the player of the game, if you can put it that way. Dunking a lot, grabbing nice rebounds, all that. Great inside presses, like pick and roll. He was getting nice looks. So I'm really happy for him. Like looked like he needed that game, man. The way he was playing, like he got good looks. So Monaco just outplayed him, man, straight up. So I don't think we can go. We need to go deeper. Pause. All we gotta say is they better find a way to. Yeah, they got some work to do because they really look outmatched. So yeah, we're gonna see next week. The game three next week in Barcelona. You dig? Then last game, which was the first game that I actually watched, Fenerbahce versus Paris. You see, this is Paris' first year in Euroleague, and you can tell, yo, Paris needed that game one. They kind of like, I don't think they got over that. They lost the game one because the way they lost it, they gave away the game. And Fenerbahce have, so what I realized, they have like slow starts versus Paris. And even the coach pointed out, actually. And so that was one of the main focus for and they came out strong. As soon as they came out strong, it didn't feel like Paris had a chance. Like they were controlling the pace, kind of kept TJ Shorts under control. Hayes Davies now him balling, but balling just balling like they were just straight up, kind of doing what they're good at. They're not attacking right time here and there. And then it's Tariq Biberovic. Shit, yeah, Biberovic. Yeah, he was rolling. Like he's a sharp shooter, but then after hitting a couple shots, he was getting nice layups, curls, like all the sets. Like they really look. The team think they look balanced all the time. Like they don't. It doesn't look like they don't have problems running through the place. See, some teams might have problems get through, but they would just all the sets was fluid. So I felt like listen, Fenerbahce were up 20 at halftime, so they kind of and then they controlled the second half. So it's not much to talk about. You going to Paris, yo, y'all got to show. You see, c'est Paris. That's exactly what we're gonna need from Paris. So other than that, then the series is over. Like TJ Schwartz, my nigga, congrats for you. You and Hayes Davis first team, Kendrick Nunn first team, Edwards first team, and then I don't remember the fifth guy. Man, my bad for not remember. But anyway, maybe Vazenko or something like that. She'll be the same. Well, yeah. So yeah, yeah, Pirates. Y'all just gotta show up. There is nothing complicated with it. So and I think they're gonna do that. They should play the big guy more though. I don't understand. Like he start off good, you're gonna get a lob dunk right away. Then poof, all of a sudden you put it and you go on the bench. Like yo, y'all can't afford that shit right now. Y'all not the better team. Y'all not the favorite. When you know the other dogs, bro, you gotta do some different shit, man. If you gotta play these niggas 36, get play them. They gotta figure out a way to get through this 36, which is not easy. So yeah, players, man, congrats to Fenerbahce, man. Fenerbahce is looking like Fenerbahce, like right now. So good for them. So all these game threes is gonna be interesting, but of course the Efes and Panathinaikos game is gonna be like that's the game. That's gonna be the most. That's a must-watch series, to be honest. And I don't even think the winner of Game Three might win the whole series because I don't know, man. Listen, I'm not favoring any team. I'm happy for Kendrick Nunn, all that. But FS is looking really good right now. FS is looking really, 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 really good, man. So y'all stay tuned when it comes to FS. And listen, real quick, we just jump real quick to NBA. See, we do everything in this motherfucker. Let's talk about Clippers real quick. Clippers got game three, as they should. Clippers just won. Everybody know that. So if you don't know basketball, then you don't know. But then probably you just gonna think that Denver had a great game. Yeah, you said they actually had a great game, but Clippers had a terrible game. So you see, I don't need to. I don't feel like I need to talk about the team like that. I feel like Clippers. They should be Clippers in five. He might be six if all of a sudden becomes Bubba Murray. But the whole Nuggets thing is just weird right now. Since Mike Malone got fired too, it's like I don't see it happen. I just want to talk about James Harden. See, see this channel we have to recognize sometimes role players, all that, and Clippers role players did a great job. But now today I need to talk about James Harden because at the end of the day, it's all about the second round, man. Fuck this first round. I thought the conference gonna be a bloodbath. And now we got Memphis that messed everything up. They're dropping 29-point leads and shit. What? But anyway, so you see James Harden. I feel like he's warming up, which is exactly if he peak. Oh no, I don't peak. If he get to the top flow for the second round, because I watched that when I already saw that in this at the end of the regular season, like he was doing some stuff. I was like, okay. If he just start you working on this a little bit in the games, sometimes you just gotta try shit to get going. 1 or 2 games later, that might be automatic. And it's the same thing with this series. I feel like he, he don't need to dominate for them to win, which is not a usual thing with James Harden or the teams that he's been on, because he got that is looking like the best player in this series right now. Shout out to Jokic, but Kawhi is looking like the better player right now. So, but James Harden need to be excellent when they play on Thunder. He can't be out there stinking up the joint. That's gonna be bad for him. He had to let him know, Shay. Yeah, you might get the MVP. Yeah, but nigga, you ain't not even close to my level. I feel like that's how James Harden should play. He should let them know that yo, none of y'all niggas are close to my level. It's different. It's levels to the shit. Because I really think James Harden is a level above them. So I just said that. I mean, of course, we're going to cover game 4 and 5, blah, blah, blah. But Yeah, Clippers in 5 anyway. Now they're back in home court. Now role players getting going. As soon as the whole squad get going, Nuggets got no chance, man. They have to throw out some 6 zone or something like that. They're really gonna throw the Clippers off. We'll see. Stay tuned. The Lakers in Minnesota. Hey, that's the weirdest series. It feels like some way, somehow, Lakers is gonna win it. But when I'm thinking about basketball, I don't understand how they're gonna win it. It feels like it's Minnesota's series to lose, but that's the problem with Minnesota. Sometimes they can just win. They can be in that playoff mode and just look like straight up dogs, like nobody's gonna get through anything at you, and they're really gonna be super physical and beat you. And the next day is looking like a weird Tuesday in November in the regular season. They're not even there. They're not even willing to play. So, but you're going back to Minnesota now. So you should take two. You need to take and yeah, you need to set the standard, bro. You need to set the standard. Like, yo, this is what it is right now. And you need to get through this series. So the word, like, yeah, I'm here now. Even if LeBron is 40, at the end of the day, beating LeBron is big, man. You know what it is, man. Hit the subscribe button now. We have reached 1,000 subscribers. Y'all know what it is. But fuck it. Forget that. Forget about that. Yeah, prayers up to Elijah Arenas, man. I just saw the bad news. And we wish him well. I've been a huge Gilbert Arenas fan as a kid. And actually seeing Elijah starting to become the man that he's becoming right now is amazing. Amazing. And I'm really rooted for him. But right now, basketball doesn't matter, man. Prayers up for him. We wish the family well. Y'all know what it is. And shout out to the Arenas family. If they, yeah, wish I could do something for them, man. Yeah, take care. Subscribe.